Valentina Gomez, a Tommy Robinson supporter, has been barred from entering the UK by the UK Home Office Minister Shabina Mahmood, which means that Valentina Gomez is not going to be able to come into the country. She will not be at the Tommy Robinson march, even though she's apparently a staunch supporter. This is the same issue that Kanye West faced when he was also barred, but it is based on a little understood rule in the UK. So, the Immigration Act of 1971, especially Schedule 2, Paragraph 2A, empowers the Home Office with the permission to cancel anybody from entering the country on the basis that it is not conducive to the public good. Now, being conducive to the public good obviously is a very broad term, can be interpreted several different ways, and obviously, given the fact that this applies to people who are not British citizens, how would they be able to review such a decision? Are they going to appeal to court? Most likely not. So the practical effect of such a cancellation is it means they obviously will not enter the country, and it really calls into question the lack of free speech in the UK, because there are people from several different sides who have complained that depending on who is in power, depending on what political views are held by the Home Office, they now decide to not let people with opposing views into the country. And is that good enough? Is that the kind of thing that you would expect a government to do? And does that foster a very mature political environment? These are the questions that have been raised by the conduct, but the most important thing is, yes, the Home Office does have the power to do so, and people may not be familiar with the background of Valentina Gomez, but she has run for public office in America several times and constantly or perennially been denied. She has been the perennial candidate and constantly lost at the point of an election for a Congress seat. Whilst she was running her campaign, she made a lot of inflammatory remarks to different groups, including Muslims, has done this on social media, and then the rhetoric was amped up when she eventually came to the UK last year to join in the Tommy Robinson parade, and it has probably drawn the ire of many groups who are upset that Kanye West wasn't allowed in, but she would be, although they saw that as rather unfair and possibly hypocritical. So that caused a furor, and as a result of the furor, Valentina Gomez, has now been banned. So the obvious question is, how many people in the future are going to be experiencing the same thing? How many of those who have controversial views or have said things that they should not, who don't hold British passports, are going to be prevented from being allowed into Britain? That is something which will be interesting to figure out, and if they're going to even change the whole immigration scheme in the first place to be a lot more streamlined, onerous, so that people can anticipate or are likely to know if their former social media presence or statements in the public will prevent them from being able to gain entry into the UK.